Yeah, it's distract from I think, the inevitable loss they're going to face in November, but they don't have any data. When Mark Milley or Lloyd Austin warns us about terrorist or white rage, the only indication that this demographic is violent is that they die at twice their numbers in the general population in Iraq and Afghanistan on behalf of their country. And that's why they feel that they're not going to join the military. They're 50% less. They're not meeting their recruitment. The Army isn't, and it's not the MAGA people. It's not that demographic that they're going after. That for 120 days in 2020, burned down $2 billion worth of property. They killed 35 to 40 people, 1,500 police officers, 14,000 arrests. I mean, geez, Jesse, they tried to burn down the historic St. John's Episcopal Church. They burned down a federal courthouse. They had burned down partially a police precinct. They tried to storm the White House grounds. It was all coordinated by BLM and Antifa with pretty much exemption. Mitch McConnell is not leading a bunch of angry conservative mob out to the Supreme Court threatening Justice Kagan and Sotomayor by name in the way that Chuck Schumer is. There's not MAGA people showing up at the home of Justice Sotomayor threatening her. There's not a right-wing assassin lurking around a Supreme Court justice's home. So we know where the violence is coming, and they project it on the right because they don't have a message that the majority of the people feel that is helping America, and they want to distract us. And this is not new. It happened during the Obama administration when Janet Napolitano said the greatest terrorist threat are returning veterans from Iraq. So it's an old idea. Any left-wing magazine, The Nation, The New Republic, they're talking about succession and they're talking about a new civil war, but the violence is coming from the left. And there's a shortage of victimizers, but there's a surfeit of so-called victimizers. Otherwise, you wouldn't have the Duke lacrosse or the Duke volleyball or the Covington kids or the Jussie Smollett, all supposed victims of these rampaging white violent people. But they're not true stories. There's too many victims and not enough victimizers, apparently, or they wouldn't have to fabricate all of this.
Yeah, they're